What if I told you that people who live to 100 years old share 5 specific morning habits that you can start copying tomorrow? Would you want to know exactly what they are? In the next few minutes, you'll discover the exact 5 things that centenarians do every single morning before 8 a.m., and I'll show you how to implement each one starting tomorrow morning. And the first habit on this list is so simple that you'll kick yourself for not doing it years ago. Yet it's the one thing nearly every centenarian does, without fail. Meet Frank from California, who just celebrated his 102nd birthday and still lives independently in his own home. When researchers asked him about his secret to longevity, he didn't talk about special diets or expensive supplements. He pointed to his morning routine, 5 specific things he's done before 8 a.m. for the past 40 years. Habit 1. They wake up naturally without an alarm. The first thing every centenarian does is wake up naturally, following their body's internal clock instead of being jolted awake by a loud, jarring alarm that interrupts deep sleep. Research from the National Institute on Aging shows that centenarians maintain remarkably strong circadian rhythms and naturally wake between 5:30 and 7 a.m. without any external disruption, which allows their bodies to complete full sleep cycles properly. This isn't about forcing yourself awake at a specific time. It's about training your body to wake when it's genuinely rested and ready. Your body knows when it has completed the necessary sleep cycles, and waking naturally at that moment is one of the most protective things you can do for your cardiovascular system and your brain. Centenarians don't fight their natural rhythms. They work with them, and this single habit contributes significantly to their exceptional longevity and mental clarity. When you force yourself awake mid-sleep cycle with a blaring alarm, your body immediately releases stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline that spike your blood pressure and heart rate instantly. This stress response affects your blood pressure and heart health throughout the entire day, not just in the morning. Studies from Johns Hopkins show that chronic alarm use creates a daily pattern of stress hormone surges that over years and decades increase your risk of hypertension, heart disease, and stroke. Your body interprets that sudden loud noise as danger, triggering a fight-or-flight response that's terrible for your aging cardiovascular system. This happens every single morning if you rely on alarms, creating cumulative damage that accelerates aging. Using loud alarms daily for years creates chronic stress responses that measurably accelerate biological aging and significantly increase your risk of cardiovascular disease and cognitive decline. Your nervous system never fully recovers from that daily shock, keeping you in a heightened state of stress throughout the day. Many seniors report feeling anxious or on edge all morning without understanding why. It's often because their day started with a stress hormone surge from an alarm. The people who live to 100 simply don't put their bodies through this daily trauma. They've learned to trust their body's natural wake signals, and their cardiovascular health reflects this wisdom over decades of consistent practice. Go to bed at the same time every single night. Keep your bedroom completely dark with blackout curtains or an eye mask, and allow your body to wake naturally when it's ready. If you absolutely must use an alarm for important appointments, choose a gentle, gradually increasing one and place it across the room so you have to get up to turn it off, which helps you wake more naturally. Start tonight by establishing a consistent bedtime. If you go to sleep at 10 p.m. every night, your body will naturally start waking around 6 a.m. within 2 weeks. Gladys from Maine hasn't used an alarm clock in 25 years and wakes naturally at 6:15 a.m. every single morning at age 98, a habit her doctor says has kept her blood pressure remarkably stable. Start tonight by setting a consistent bedtime and removing that alarm clock from your nightstand. Habit 2. They drink water immediately upon waking. When was the last time you drank a full glass of water before your morning coffee or before you did anything else in your kitchen? Centenarians consistently rehydrate first thing in the morning because your body loses a significant amount of water overnight through breathing, sweating, and normal metabolic processes. Studies from Johns Hopkins show that you can lose up to a full pound of water weight during 7 or 8 hours of sleep, leaving you genuinely dehydrated when you first wake up. Your blood becomes thicker, your brain function decreases, and your kidneys are working with less fluid than they need. That groggy, foggy, sluggish feeling you experience when you first wake up isn't just tiredness. It's often dehydration directly affecting your brain function and making you feel worse than you actually are. Starting your day in a dehydrated state puts immediate stress on your kidneys, forces them to work harder to filter waste with less fluid, thickens your blood, which makes your heart work harder to pump it through your body, and sets you up for low energy and poor concentration all morning long. Many seniors reach for coffee first thing, which is actually a diuretic that makes dehydration worse before it gets better. Your body desperately needs water after hours without any fluid intake, and ignoring this need creates unnecessary strain on your organs. People who live to 100 understand this instinctively and make rehydration their absolute first priority every single morning without exception. They know that everything functions better, their brain, their heart, their kidneys, their digestion, when they start the day properly hydrated. The consequence of chronically starting every day dehydrated adds up over months and years, contributing to kidney problems, chronic fatigue, poor mental clarity, constipation, and increased fall risk from dizziness and confusion. Your body can't perform basic functions efficiently without adequate hydration, and beginning each day in deficit means you're constantly playing catch-up. Dehydration also makes your blood pressure harder to regulate, increases your risk of urinary tract infections, and makes you feel older and more tired than you actually are. Centenarians avoid all of these problems with one simple habit that takes 60 seconds. Place a full glass of room-temperature water on your nightstand before you go to bed tonight, and drink it completely before you do anything else. Before coffee, before breakfast, before checking your phone, before even getting out of bed. This single action jumpstarts your metabolism, wakes up your digestive system, and restores the fluid your body lost overnight. Thomas from Arizona drinks 16 ounces of water within 5 minutes of waking at age 101. And his doctor says his kidney function remains excellent because of this lifelong habit. Set that glass of water out tonight so it's waiting for you tomorrow morning. This is the easiest habit on this list to start immediately. Habit 3. They do gentle movement for 10-15 minutes. Centenarians don't jump out of bed and immediately sit down at the breakfast table or in front of the television. They move their bodies gently for at least 10 to 15 minutes before settling into their morning routine. Researchers at Harvard Medical School found that people who live past 100 consistently perform gentle stretching, easy walking, or light movement within 30 minutes of waking, which activates circulation, gets blood flowing to all your organs, and stimulates joint fluid production that keeps you mobile. This isn't about intense exercise or breaking a sweat. It's about waking up your body gradually and mindfully. Your muscles, joints, and circulation have been still for 7 or 8 hours, and they need gentle activation to function properly throughout the day. Centenarians know that movement is medicine, especially first thing in the morning when your body is stiff and your circulation is sluggish. This morning movement doesn't mean you need to do jumping jacks or run around the block. It's simple, pleasant movements like arm circles, gentle torso twists, easy leg lifts, walking slowly around your home or yard, or basic stretching while still in your pajamas and slippers. The goal is to get your joints moving, your blood pumping gently, and your muscles warmed up before you ask them to do anything demanding. Studies from the Mayo Clinic show that seniors who move within the first hour of waking have significantly better balance, flexibility, and energy levels throughout the entire day compared to those who remain sedentary until mid-morning. Your body responds remarkably well to this gentle wake-up call, and the benefits last all day long. Remaining completely sedentary immediately after waking allows stiffness to set deep into your joints, increases morning pain and achiness, slows your metabolism for the entire day, and makes you more likely to feel tired and unmotivated as the day progresses. When you sit down for breakfast without moving first, your circulation stays sluggish, your joints stay stiff, and you miss the natural energy boost that movement provides. Many seniors complain about morning stiffness and low energy, but they're sitting still for the first hour or two after waking, exactly the opposite of what their body needs. Centenarians never make this mistake because they learned decades ago that gentle morning movement is non-negotiable for maintaining independence and vitality. Before you eat breakfast tomorrow morning, spend just 10 minutes doing easy, pleasant movements that feel good to your body. Walk to your mailbox and back, do gentle arm and leg stretches while holding your kitchen counter, or simply march in place while you wait for your coffee to brew. Keep it simple, enjoyable, and completely non-strenuous. Ruth in Texas walks around her backyard garden for 12 minutes every single morning at 99 years old, rain or shine, before she sits down for breakfast. Tomorrow morning, move your body before you eat anything. This habit starts immediately and costs you nothing. Habit 4. They eat a protein-rich breakfast. Without rushing, every single centenarian eats breakfast, and they make absolutely sure it contains real, substantial protein. Not just toast, not just cereal, not just fruit, but actual protein that their body can use to maintain muscle and energy. The Mayo Clinic reports that long-lived individuals consistently consume between 20 and 30 grams of protein at breakfast, which stabilizes blood sugar for hours, preserves precious muscle mass, provides sustained energy throughout the morning, and prevents the mid-morning crash that many seniors experience. Protein at breakfast is one of the most protective dietary habits for longevity because it directly combats muscle loss, keeps you fuller longer so you don't snack on junk, and gives your body the amino acids it needs to repair and maintain tissues. Centenarians treat breakfast like the most important meal of the day because in many ways it is. It sets the tone for your entire metabolic day. Real breakfast protein means eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, smoked salmon, leftover chicken or turkey, or even a protein-rich smoothie made with Greek yogurt or protein powder. These are substantial protein sources that actually keep you full and maintain your muscle mass. This isn't about protein bars loaded with sugar or a sprinkle of nuts on your oatmeal. You need 20 to 30 grams, which is roughly 2 to 3 eggs, a cup of Greek yogurt, or a substantial serving of cottage cheese. Studies from Johns Hopkins show that seniors who eat protein-rich breakfasts maintain significantly more muscle mass, have better blood sugar control, and report higher energy levels throughout the day compared to those who eat primarily carbohydrate breakfasts. Your aging body needs this protein desperately, especially in the morning when you haven't eaten for 10 to 12 hours. Skipping breakfast entirely or eating only carbohydrates like toast, bagels, muffins, or cereal causes dangerous blood sugar spikes and crashes, accelerates muscle loss which leads directly to frailty, increases your risk of type 2 diabetes, and leaves you hungry and tired by mid-morning. Many seniors wonder why they have no energy or why they're losing strength. It's often because they're not eating adequate protein, especially at breakfast. Your body cannibalizes your own muscle for energy when you don't provide enough protein, and this process accelerates dramatically after age 65. Centenarians protect their muscle mass fiercely because they know that muscle equals independence, mobility, and quality of life in your later years. Eat 2 eggs, a cup of Greek yogurt, or a serving of cottage cheese every single morning without fail. Sit down at your table. Don't eat standing up or in a rush, and take at least 15 minutes to eat mindfully and enjoy your food. Make this meal a peaceful, unhurried ritual that you genuinely look forward to each morning. Howard from Oregon has eaten 2 scrambled eggs with vegetables every morning for 45 years and still has the muscle strength to chop his own firewood at 97 years old. Stock your refrigerator with real protein options this week. Eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, so you have no excuse tomorrow morning. Habit 5. They get sunlight exposure within the first hour. The final habit that centenarians share is beautifully simple. They get outside and expose their eyes and skin to natural sunlight before 9 a.m. every single morning. Research from Stanford University shows that early morning light exposure directly regulates your circadian rhythm, triggers vitamin D production in your skin, improves mood and mental clarity, and significantly enhances your sleep quality that night. Your eyes have special cells that detect morning light and send signals to your brain to suppress melatonin, increase cortisol appropriately, and set your internal 24-hour clock. This natural light exposure is far more powerful than any artificial light in your home, and it's completely free and available every single morning. Centenarians make morning sunlight a non-negotiable part of their routine because they understand that light exposure is one of the primary regulators of human health and longevity. Just 10 to 15 minutes of morning sunlight on your face and arms helps your body produce vitamin D naturally, sets your internal clock so you feel alert during the day and sleepy at night, improves your mood by increasing serotonin production, and helps regulate blood pressure and immune function. You don't need to sunbathe or get hot. Just step outside, sit on your porch, walk to the end of your driveway, or stand by an open window where direct sunlight hits your skin. Studies from Harvard Medical School confirm that seniors who get regular morning light exposure have lower rates of depression, sleep better at night, and maintain better cognitive function compared to those who stay indoors all morning. This is basic human biology. Your body is designed to sync with natural light patterns, and centenarians respect this fundamental need. Staying indoors with only artificial light all morning disrupts your circadian rhythm and makes everything harder, lowers your vitamin D levels, which affects bone health and immune function, increases your risk of depression and seasonal mood disorders, and makes it significantly harder to sleep well at night because your body never received the signal that daytime has started. Many seniors struggle with insomnia at night because they never got proper light exposure during the day. Their circadian rhythm is confused and weak. Artificial indoor lighting simply isn't strong enough to set your internal clock properly. Centenarians avoid these problems by getting outside every single morning, regardless of weather, season, or how they feel. They make it as automatic as brushing their teeth. Step outside within 1 hour of waking up tomorrow. Sit on your porch with your morning water or coffee, walk to your mailbox, stand in your yard for a few minutes, or at minimum, sit by a sunny window with the curtain open so direct sunlight hits your face. You don't need sunscreen for this brief morning exposure. Your body needs some direct sun contact to produce vitamin D. Betty from Florida sits on her front porch with her morning tea for 20 minutes every single day at 103 years old, and her doctor credits this habit for her excellent vitamin D levels and bone health despite her advanced age. Make morning sunlight non-negotiable starting tomorrow. Get outside within 1 hour of waking. No excuses and no exceptions. These 5 habits aren't complicated, expensive, time-consuming, or difficult. They take less than 1 hour total and require 0 special equipment or supplements. Wake naturally by keeping a consistent bedtime, drink a full glass of water immediately, move gently for 10 to 15 minutes, eat real protein for breakfast, and get morning sunlight exposure. That's the complete list. People living to 100 aren't doing anything magical, mysterious, or impossible. They're simply consistent with these basic morning habits that protect their health day after day, year after year, decade after decade. You can start every single one of these habits tomorrow morning. You already have water in your home, you can already move your body, you probably have eggs or Greek yogurt in your refrigerator right now, and the sun comes up for free every single day. The difference between living to 75 and living independently and healthfully to 95 or 100 often comes down to these simple daily choices repeated consistently over time. If these 5 habits make sense to you and you're planning to try even one of them starting tomorrow morning, hit that like button right now. Comment below and tell me which specific habit you're starting first. I genuinely want to know if it's the water, the movement, the protein breakfast, or the morning sunlight. Share this video with anyone over 60 who wants to add healthy, active, independent years to their life, because these aren't theories or guesses. These are proven habits from real people who actually made it to 100 and beyond. Subscribe for more practical longevity advice based on real centenarian research and scientific evidence, not empty promises or expensive supplements.